guys, Brad M73 here, and finally, today is January 14th, 2016. We finally have Pack 11. And actually Pack 12, you can see Pack 12 right there. I actually got Pack 12, excuse me, I just drank some water, so I'm like, ugh. I actually received Pack 12 like 2 days ago, and I was hoping, beyond hope, to finally get this in. Something sounds like it's rattling around in there, and not in a good way. So we're going to open this up. Notice the seals are complete on the box. It literally just got here like 20 minutes ago. And drum roll. Hopefully everything is fine. So far, so good. Got issue 43, another section of the landing gear struts. I think we have both of the... Oh, this is open. Wonderful. I'm going to have to check that out. Issue 44. We've got the sections for the turret. Man, I'm going to have to prime that, like, today. Might have to do all these today because it's really nice and warm today. It's up in the upper 40s here, and it's about as cold as you can get to prime. There's issue 41. This is going to be our very next issue that we're going to do. Yay. And issue 42. I think this is the last hull piece for the bottom. I think that's the last piece. And then we have the little, the recessed bay here. I don't know if you can really see that. Piece of paper's in the way here. Come on, there we go. There's that. And then we get this like screw thing. Some kind of a screw thread cutter. This little black thing there. And then we have our issues. Okay, nothing is falling out. So, what was the one that was open? Was that issue... Which one was that? That's issue 43. So I should probably look through issue 43 to make sure that we have everything. So, anyway, there's 41, 42, 43, and 44. Good stuff. Kind of worried about issue 43. So we should have 2 magnets and 2 pins. We need to have the, yep, that's right. And I see, yeah, I see the 2 magnets in there, 2 pins, and the screws. So that looks like everything. And then the little panel cover. All right, cool. I'm going to put this back in there so as to not lose anything. And then since we got issue 12, I actually got this a couple days ago. Oh, I wanted to take a look at 44 here. Looks like we have an LED here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to plug that in for testing yet, but yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, set those aside. Yeah, I got month 12 the other day. I went ahead and opened it. I mean, come on, guys. Do you blame me? So we've got issue 45, the other side of this piece, which will go like that for the bottom. Very big. We've got some greeblies in here. Some more just bottom pieces. 46 is the gun turret ring. There's another actual gun in here somewhere. They actually sent us more turret glazing. We already got that a few issues ago. I don't know why there's more. 47, these are the landing gear bay panels. And just more greeblies and things like that for the bottom. And then 48 is, I think, our first section of the upper hull and our first section of... I always forget what the darn thing's called. You know, the support material for the hull. So this is where we get started on the upper hull, which is awesome. And then we also have 45, 46, 47, and 48. And there's a preview of issue 49, which I guess we'll get in about another month. So finally, I'm caught up. I got 8 issues, tons of stuff to do. So stay tuned, guys. We are going to get started on issue 41 right now. Hey guys, Brad M73 here, and I'm back with issue 41. We finally got our month 11 in. As you saw in the video just previous to this. So we've got our parts kit. Let's look at the magazine first, just to get that out of the way, because we actually have quite a bit to do, and it's actually really warm out today. I just checked the temperature. It's 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and so I want to be able to use that to my advantage to get a little bit of priming done today. So anyway, we've got, let's see, the ETA-2 Actis class interceptor. I think this was from episode 2 or 3. Can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched them. Probably one of the best starts to any of the Star Wars movies, I thought, except Hayden Christensen or whatever his name is. He's just a terrible actor. I'm sorry. Anyway, on to... what is this? Fuel storage and distribution, and then we've got our parts. So we have the gunner seat and controls were supplied on the sprue that came with issue 40 as shown below. So we've got that right there. So set that aside. And then this goes through the assembly. Let's see, use this illustration as a guide to the assembly when you glue the seat back in place in step number 2. So the seat is slightly canted, just slightly. Notice how the platform slopes down. Okay. So we've got all this to do, but I want to actually prime the insides of these before I put these stickers on. So we'll start off with the assembly here, and then I'm going to go and prime, and then we'll finish off the assembly. Well, actually, I'll prime and paint, because I'm going to prime, and then I'm going to paint using the Ocean Gray number 2 RAF. That's XF82. I'm going to actually get the airbrush out, and then we're going to prime these. I'll probably just use a dark gray primer because I've got some Tamiya surface primer, but I'm going to prime these, and yeah. So anyway, that's that for that. That's that for that, huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and open this. I have my Millennium Falcon in the other room. Well, the bottom panel. And let's just pour everything out. We have some pieces of, I think there's stickers in here. Yeah, we've got the little sticker panels. And so, okay, we've got a piece of hull plating here. We also have pins and magnets. That's for these guys, which are the smaller landing gear doors. So I think we'll probably deal with this a few issues down the road from now. Not exactly sure when. So we'll set those aside. And then we have, how many of these stickers are we supposed to have? I think there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, we got all 4 of those. So I can set those. I'll just set those with the bag for right now. And then we've got our warranty, contact information. just making sure nothing is stuck down in there. We also have a little LED wire. I'm going to have to actually check to see if this is compatible with the battery pack that we currently have. I don't think so. I don't think it'll work. But it's going to be a few months before we get the circuit board to actually plug that in. So anyway, that's the little LED. It actually is a little LED right there, and then the plug. And then we have the pieces that's going to be the turret. So I'm just going to prime the insides. I'll probably clean those out, wash them off. Wash this off with some dish detergent so that the paint will stick a little bit better, hopefully. This will fit... Oh no, it's right over there. Okay, this will fit together like this. And then this is actually keyed. There's a little tab right there. There's a little tab right on the inside. And as you can see, it will not fit in any other way. So, boop, right there, slots right in. And just like that. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better. And, drum roll, if I pull out my existing upper turret, it's essentially just going to sit under here. Under where? Yeah, it's going to sit under here like this somehow. Oh yeah, there's a key right there. Sorry, there's actually a key right there. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little tab. Maybe you can see it better now. You can see it. And then this is going to go on like so. That's essentially what it's going to look like right there. So it's going to be really dark in there without the LED, but anyway, we'll get that taken care of. So let's see what to do first. We will do the first things first. Get some of the stuff out of the way. Get the camera zoomed back out again, because I know you guys love it when I leave my camera zoomed in for extensive periods of time on accident, which I am prone to doing. Hopefully the sound is better in this issue. The last issue, I think it was pretty atrocious. So, okay, nothing else in there. Throw that away. Okay, now comes the time where we have to be insanely careful. So we'll bring our super glue out here. I don't have any towels, do I? What happened? Okay, well, I don't think I'll need any, hopefully. Okay, so first, glue the seat cushion to the rectangular mount, which is this. Yeah, right there. So we'll go ahead and clip that there, clip that there. I just want to sand down. Just want to sand down the edges ever so slightly where the sprue. There we go. Okay. This I think is the bottom. I think it's going to sit in here like this. But I could be absolutely wrong. Let's see. Okay, so we've got on here, it says glue the seat cushion to the rectangular mount. So obviously we kind of have to use our brains to make sure that, okay, the platform right here is the rectangular mount. Noting which way it goes around. Excuse me. Glue the seat back to the rear of the cushion. So we have the seat cushion here. And then we have the seat back there. So I guess first... Okay, so I guess first we do the cushion, which is this center piece. Hopefully you can see that. This piece right here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Don't know if the nail file might actually work a little bit better. Oh, maybe not. I'm not looking to make the whole thing disappear. You know, I'm just, trying to smooth out that rough little bit where the sprue was. And oh, here it is. I was like, where's my other sander? There we go. Okay, so we're going to have to put the thicker end towards the front, it looks like. That's correct. And hopefully you'll be able to see how this is going together. So the thicker end of the seat cushion, the bottom seat cushion, goes towards the front of the little platform, and then here in the back, right here, is where the seat back is actually going to fit and glue in. So, glue the seat cushion. Okay. So I'm going to pop that off. Take out my cyanoacrylate glue here. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue there. Actually, that was a lot of glue, but that's all right. And then this is essentially just going to drop right on there. Doesn't move around or anything like that, so nothing to really worry about there. Okay. And then, so I'll set that right there. Now we have the seat back. Hopefully I'm getting, oh, that fell right out, almost like I'd already cut it, which I had not. So I still have not seen Force Awakens, though I did see, there was a video somebody posted on, what was it, Vimeo, I think, of all the special effects shots. So I can pretty much say the entire movie, the entire plot of the movie is spoiled for me at this point. Really, really sad about that. Now it's like I don't even really care. It's like I'll just wait till it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever. Well, it'll be Blu-ray for me. Okay, now this piece glues here, but we have to actually glue it at an angle. And it doesn't, it actually glues to the cushion part. Oh, this is... And then we have to also make sure that we glue it at that correct angle and then hold it there. So hopefully you can see how there's that angle. So you don't want it straight up. You want it, the angle to be the angle of the cushion to the seat back. So if you see, I don't know if I can, if you see there's actually a little angle right there, like on the back side of the cushion, you want that to be in line with the back of the seat. So let's try to do that. Actually, okay, and here goes nothing. Okay. Pretty sure I got it where I want it to be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put another dab of glue right down like that. Just so that kind of fills into that little crack in the back, or, you know, the little gap. Not a crack, but you know what I'm saying, I hope. Okay, next, glue the rear support to the two holes. What's the rear support? Oh, it's this piece right here. I don't know if you can. It's this really thin, wiry piece right there. And actually, I'm gonna take a drink of water. I'm parched today. I don't know why. Maybe I haven't been drinking enough. Okay. You have to remember to stay hydrated during these builds, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to cut each part of this away from the main sprue. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And the reason why I'm doing this is to relieve stress on this part. And then once we have it completely cut away, like this, then I can actually go back and clip all of these additional pieces off. And again, it's very important to have a straight-backed sprue cutter here, because if you don't, you can actually separate the plastic, which would make even more stress, and possibly break this little piece. I have heard of a few other people who have broken these parts during their build. So I'm not trying to hold it too stiffly. I'm just trying to hold the cutting blade on the little, on the point where it needs to be cut. And then I just want the knife to do, the cutter itself to do the work. So hopefully you guys are seeing this right there, and bam. So we've got our piece out there. We've got the 3 junk sprue pieces, which I'm just going to pitch. People are like, no, don't throw this away, because you could use them as greeblies later, but no, I'm not going to go that route, I don't think. And now it's just kind of, oh, there are little tiny bumps on the insides of these. I forgot to mention that earlier. You do not want to sand those off, because they help align the piece to the back of the seat. So yeah, just make sure when you're sanding that you only sand away where the sprue was. Actually, I cut pretty darn good here. And it's starting to get dark outside right now, so I'm getting a little bit worried that it's going to be really dark when I go to paint. Okay. So now this should be nice and dry, which it is. So now this essentially is going to fit right in here like that. Okay. So what I'm going to need to do is I need to get out a toothpick, which I have right here, and I'm just going to put a little dab of cement here, 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 and here. Or you could also dab cement directly on here. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go this route. A little bit there, a little bit there, and there on those little nubs that I told you not to cut off. And just going to push those right there. Kind of hold them there for a moment. And I don't think those are going to go anywhere. Okay. And it, again, you know, if you are slightly worried about it, you can always just put an extra dab of glue here in the back. Just to kind of hold those in place. Okay. Next up, glue the firing grips to the hole in the front seat. Oh. This is probably one of the smallest. We have one smaller piece right down here, but this is a incredibly small, incredibly delicate piece. So I am going to cut this here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove this round piece, the rotating base. Actually, I don't really need to completely remove it. I just need to cut it away from the sprue. There. Okay. That is going to relieve all the pressure that's on this other little piece, which is going to cut right up here. All right. And that is incredibly delicate. So again, you just want to be very gentle when you sand this piece. Okay. And then now that we've got that, we'll just cut the other piece like so. And again, hopefully you can see. Just ever so lightly sanding that. And I'm also going to just try to square off the tops. I guess it's not really that important. The likelihood that we're going to actually see this is so slim. Okay, now let's see. It says glue the firing grips into the hole in the front seat. And one thing that they don't really tell you is on the front of this piece, there's a little, like the stick that comes down is kind of L-shaped. And I'm almost certain that the L shape is supposed to, it's almost like there's a little tiny pin right here on the front. And I really hope you guys can see that, because it is a tiny piece. And that should be pointing towards the front of the front of the seat. So I'm just going to kind of test fit this really quick. Like so. Okay. Ah, boy, it is really going to be a really super tight fit. Okay. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of glue. And I basically just kind of want to, you know, position it so that it's facing forward there. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now we want to glue the control mount in place, which is kind of like this, you know, J-shaped or kind of horn-shaped piece up here. Let's go ahead and just cut the large part off of that sprue. can cut it again, and then just gently sand the top of that piece off. Okay. And it's just a tiny little bit down here at the bottom, which I'm not really so worried about. Again, these features are so small, we're probably never ever going to see these. Okay, now this piece essentially fits down in here, right like that. Hopefully you can see that against my hand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a tiny drop on that front little pin on the little yoke there, like the firing control, I guess. And then I'm also going to put a tiny little bit on the bottom here. Okay, and I'm going to just grab some needle nose pliers. Trying to do this as quickly as possible. And then put those down. And just like that. Okay, so that all is going to help strengthen that little connection there. Okay, glue the targeting computer in front of the control mount. Glue the targeting computer. Sorry, I just had to. Every Star Wars fan knows exactly what I'm referring to. And if you don't, you're not a true Star Wars fan. Okay. And, oh, it actually has like a little screen on. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't. Don't listen to me, guys. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. You would be wise to heed those words and not follow any of these videos. No, I'm just kidding. I know what I'm doing. Okay. So that's basically just going to glue right in there. Kind of thought it would go down in there a little bit more, but apparently not. Okay. So that's nice and set already. Let's see. Next we have, what do we have? Glue the pivot in front of the targeting computer. Okay, now comes the really, really fun part, because we have this tiny little microscopic piece. I'm going to lay this, I'm going to lay this piece of tissue paper out. So we have, first we have the pivot, which is this little piece right here. And then we have the two foot pedals here and here. This piece is tiny. And it has to go into this hole right there. Hopefully you can see the hole. I might be able to move this. There's a little tiny hole right there, and that's where that pivot goes. Okay, so first thing, I'm not even really going to worry about sanding this piece because it is absolutely tiny, and I'm just hoping that the carpet gods don't take it away from me. All right, again, I'm going to just pull out this white piece of paper, white piece of tissue paper. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this piece, if it's possible, with my needle nose pliers. I'm just going to get a little bit of glue bubbled up here. Put that right on there. And then put that right there, hold it there for a few seconds. And as the glue sets, it's actually pretty good, I think. You can see it against the back. It's just like this tiny little cone, but I mean, you can see how tiny it is in comparison to my finger. And I mean, I have like, I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'4", but I would say that it's kind of an average finger, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're above average. Okay, so got that done. Now we have 2 foot pedals, and then the other piece, which is the bottom screwing turret thingy-do-bob. Fix the control by with a flanged self-tapping screw. They did not provide a flanged self-tapping screw for this issue. However, I don't really think that's a major problem. Okay, now we have the 2 pedals here and here, and they both kind of have like a little flap on them. Glue a pedal on each side of the pivot. Glue the rotating base to the round hole under the platform. Okay, so all that'll get done. All right. I'm not too worried about the pedals breaking, so I'm just going to snip. Actually, looks like they've already come off. So let's break that piece of sprue off. Whoops. And I wonder if I can... I'm just going to sand this. Okay. Now we'll cut the other 2 pieces off. And... okay. And then there's like a pin on one side, and it kind of looks like it almost looks like there's like a little lip there on one side, which does not appear. And I'm just going to look at this a little bit more closely. Yeah, I don't really see them on these pedals here or here. Oops. Yeah, I don't see it here or on the picture there. So what to do, what to do, what to do? I'm just trying to see. They're so tiny again. I'm just trying to see if there is a... like if one side of the petal is thicker. Yeah, this side is a little bit thicker. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that little lip off right there because I don't think it belongs. I probably just, ruined my model. Okay. And then I'm just going to set. It'll go. Get over there. Okay. Boy, this thing is not at all wanting to... Okay. I'm just trying to put a little bit more glue in there because is it finally fixing there? I think it kind of is. No, maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of let that be for a moment. We're gonna try to get the second petal in there. Way too much glue. Okay. Well, that one was much better. This one still doesn't seem like it wants to stay still in there. No, definitely not. Okay. I'm going to just not do anything for a moment, and I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is cut this piece. This is the rotating base for the seat, which I don't really think it's going to rotate all that much, but it is also keyed. So we just need to glue that up in there. Okay. It's not specific which direction it needs to be keyed, but that's pretty much it right there. And then this will actually fit down like into this hole, but from the other side, and then we'll, glue everything in from that point. So really the next step that I need to take is, well, first of all, I need to unglue the toothpick from my arm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the insides of these pieces out. I'm going to prime everything. I'll probably go ahead and just prime this piece as well, so that I can paint it with the airbrush, again with the Ocean Gray number 2, and then I guess I'll probably come back and paint the seats, maybe like a tan. I've got some khaki here. I've got I don't want that. I've got some deck tan that I could use. And then we can even dry brush a little bit with some metallic colors. So I'll be right back once I've got this all primed and ready for stickering and assembly. So I'll do the prime, I'll do the paint, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we are back. Got this primed. I just did a quick time lapse of me painting these turret pieces here, and we're just going to take a quick look because we have a few more items to assemble. First is going to be the stickers, I guess, for the interior panels, and I'm not sure if they're mirrored. I think they are. They do appear to be mirrored. So the first one here in step number 2 is going to go right up in the top here, but it's going to go towards the front. So we kind of have to align that towards the front and then roll it back. And then the next one, which is actually this guy, goes right underneath it on the side, and then nothing goes at the bottom. The oh, I should unplug my airbrush. The seat is essentially going to fit right in here like so. Okay. And And I still haven't, done any more painting with the cushions or anything like that. So I'll probably come back and do that a bit later. For now, just going to try to peel this piece back again, paying attention to the instructions, where it's supposed to fit. Just going to be right here. And just using the tweezers to kind of lay that down. Oh, these are sticking pretty good, actually. I was kind of worried about these because I didn't think they would really stick all that great, but that stuck right on there. Okay, next up we've got this guy. Man, those are really sticky. Which is good. I'd rather have them too sticky than not sticky enough. And then this one lines up just below it. And you wouldn't even know it. Okay, enough for the rhymes. Alright, so we got those two done. Now, same thing for the opposite side, just with the other stickers. Okay. Okay. And this middle sticker, well, it's not really middle, but the lower sticker is kind of stepped in a way. Let's see, I'm not quite. There we go. I don't have it pressed all the way down yet, so I'm just trying to get the positioning to my liking. Okay. So now I guess we're going to move back to this piece where it's telling us that the little LED piece goes right in there. Let's see. Take the LED and fit it into the socket in the right half of the turret well. Make sure that the two wires lie flat in the slot and that the flange on the LED is located in the socket. Use modeling putty to hold the wires for the next step. Apply a little glue to the 5 sockets arrowed. Oh, I see what they're saying about modeling putty, because this thing doesn't really want to stay put very. So essentially they're saying put some glue there and then glue this together. So actually we can do that because this actually goes in last, the chair, and we can do all kinds of stuff with the chair. So okay, we can just go ahead, continue with the assembly of this piece, which is good. So what I'll do, we've got 5 points here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And then this piece will hopefully stay right, right there like so. And then we will put this in like so. And then squeeze. Arrgh. Okay. Take the turret ring and identify this locating tab on the inside here. Apply a little glue to the flange on the ring and then fit it in like so. So, I think probably the easier thing to do would just be to hold it together like this and apply the glue, in a few key spots from the outside, because it will settle down into the cracks. Okay. And that will never be seen again. We got the wire in there. Last but not least is going to be inserting this piece in like that. And then it's telling us to take one of the screws, one of the self-tapping screws like this one, I guess. It's not really clear. They didn't give us any screws with this issue, so I'm just going to assume that this screws up into this bottom piece. And what I will do is I'm just going to screw that up. I'm not going to screw it up, but I'm going to screw this up into the plastic while it's outside in order to, kind of make some grooves in the plastic. That'll make it a lot easier to screw into place. I think that's probably good. It'll make it a lot easier to screw into place once we, are ready to go. So I am going to come back and paint this a little bit more later. I'm just going to align that. You can see the hole there. Now comes the really challenging part, which is getting the screw in the proper position. On the head of the screwdriver. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to hold that in place. And this part is not quite so fun because the parts in there are so delicate. I'm really worried about potentially breaking something. Okay. Now it's just you have to, it's actually in there a little bit crooked. But it looks like it's the base that's crooked, the little base piece. Huh, maybe I aligned that incorrectly. Well, this could be the bottom turret then, maybe. And I got some glue on my fingers. So if we get our turret here, and I'm just gonna tilt the gun up slightly. The turret is gonna fit right like that, and you know, painting the inside of the turret's not really going to be all that super important. And you can even take, I think this inner portion was black, and I might actually take an airbrush and go back over this with some black, some flat black on the inside, just to darken that up a little bit more, so it's not going to be nearly as, you know, noticeable. And then we can kind of weather it from there. But that is essentially issue 41. Finally got that done. We've got one more of these cockpits to do. I think, I don't know, in 2 or 3 more issues. I'm going to set this aside really quick, and we're going to take a quick look at issue 42, which I'm going to start next. Issue 42, I think that's the last piece of hull paneling for the lower hull panel. We also have the recess here, as well as all the little greeblies that go into the recess. And then we also have the thread cutting tap, which so far I haven't needed, so maybe we will need that going forward. I don't know. But thank you so much for joining me again for issue 41. Hopefully you are enjoying these issues. Please hit that thumbs up button if you're having a good time with them, and we will see you back for more Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. I'm Brad M73, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now, guys.